Welcome to the 2023 Rally for Life, the first Rally for Life post the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I'm Thomas Umstattd Jr. here in the studio, and I will be hosting this event. So real quick, before we go to our live coverage there on the ground, this stream is broken up into 3 parts. So we're about to go to the march, where you get to walk alongside the folks who are walking for life at the rally. Ronda Mooreland will be interviewing various folks. You can hear why they're there, why they're pro-life. Following this, around 1 o'clock, we're going to cut to a live stream of the stage. So you can actually watch the Rally for Life. Now, this will be at a different URL. So if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be right there on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, it'll be there on Facebook, but it will be a different video. So you just need to click away to watch that other video. And then following the Rally for Life, we'll start up a 3rd stream where we will go to the Pro-Life Expo and talk with the various organizations who are helping take a stand for life. So I hope you join us on this adventure of live coverage of the Texas Rally for Life. Also, feel free to comment, and we may cut in from time to time and feature your comments live on the air. So answer the question, why are you pro-life? And you just may hear me read your answer. With that, let's go to Ronda K. Mooreland live at the Texas Rally for Life.
Good afternoon. It's Ronda K. Mooreland. What a wonderful day to be here at the state capitol to stand for life, to walk for life, to rally for life. Look at all these amazing people. We just got kicked off with a blessing here, and leading us in today's is the Knights of Columbus, our go-to people in the pro-life movement. And speaking of the Knights of Columbus, I see Tom Clark over here, who's actually the state pro-life coordinator. Anytime I need something done in the pro-life world, it's Tom Clark that I call first. Tom, welcome. What do you think about this? What a wonderful day to stand for life.
It's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day. And thank you, dear Lord.
Yes. And who do you have here? You introduced
This
me
is
to this.
a dear friend, past state deputy, Doug Oldmixon.
Doug,
Well, hello
welcome.
there.
What brings you out today to the Rally for Life?
Well, this is the only place to be. If you're involved in any kind of human rights, fights for human rights, this is the place to be.
Well,
So
welcome.
here we are.
Well, we're so glad that the Knights are here. I see some friends from Dallas and Knights from Dallas, Knights from all over. I've met some Knights from Houston. I appreciate everything the Knights of Columbus do. And of course, they're taking off and leading us. So let's go ahead and head out as we kick off this Rally for Life. Come on, friends. Let's go meet some wonderful pro-life workers today. We have every aspect of the pro-life movement represented today. There's wonderful people that we're going to meet. I had an opportunity to talk to an audience the other day, and we were talking about the power of an invitation. And so today I'm inviting you to come and meet some of the people, some of the voices for the pro-life movement. We are going to talk to people who represent pregnancy centers. We're going to talk to people that are the front lines, the go-to people that support these pregnancy centers, such as the Knights of Columbus. We're going to talk to people who have had abortions. They will hopefully share their conversion with you. They're going to have the chance to meet people who are there for those people, to show that we come from a place of love and not judgment. So that invitation extends out to you. And Tom, what are some of the things that the Knights are feeling about since the amazing overturning of Roe that we experienced on June 24th of this past year?
Praise God that it happened, but this is, I don't think it's the end of anything. I think it's the beginning of the actual fight. This is the beginning of the healing that's going to take a nation, because for 49 years, it's been, quote unquote, a right. And a lot of people, if they're 49 years or younger, that's what they believe. And like good Americans, they think they've lost the right. So they're going to fight for it. So unfortunately, they've been misguided, misinformed, and it's our job. And we're going to have to do this one-on-one to set the record straight and to be Christ to each one of them.
Right. Tom, I know that that you and Joe, who is the executive director of Texas Alliance for Life, I know that he had shared with me this amazing gift that you had given him, which is a flag from the very first Rally for Life back in 1974, I believe, right?
They carried it for many, many years.
Okay.
And when they decided to get some new ones,
Mhm.
he sent me 2 of them. I gave one to the Dallas folks for their march, and I gave one to Joe.
The Dallas March for Life, of course, is always the week before the DC March. What happened, you and I are both from Dallas. So our motto in the Dallas March for Life is what happens, what started and began in Dallas will end in Dallas. So that was an important march this year. And then, of course, the march in Dallas. And then here we are today, the beautiful state capitol here at the state capitol of Texas. All right, gentlemen. Well, I know that your crew's looking for you. And so I appreciate your time today. And we're going to pop over here and see if we can meet some other friends. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful crew today. We have amazing speakers. We have, as I mentioned, something that is interesting when people find out that you are a voice for life, then they have questions. And I know. Hi, how are you? Welcome, Ronda Mooreland. Pleasure to meet you.
For Bishop Don Sawyer, Ladies Maronite Parish.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so where are y'all here from today?
We're from Our Lady's Maronite Parish here in Austin.
It is here in Austin.
In
Okay,
Austin,
yes.
yeah.
All right. How is this your first rally to participate
No,
in?
I think it's been going on 13, 15 years.
Oh, so you're here every year?
Every year, but maybe one.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah,
So
always
no
here.
rain is going to keep you from making a step for life?
No, I got my sign for protection. I got my coat. I got everything I need.
I know,
Thank you.
absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and
Well,
thank you, and God bless. Thank you
It's
for
fun
being
to be
here
in
today.
here. So more other people need to come out and enjoy.
Yes.
It's a very spirit-filled movement. So
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know that once Roe was overturned, beginning with the leak of the documents on May 3rd, then people started saying, what does a post-Roe America look like? What does a post-Roe Texas look like? Will there still be a march? Absolutely. Now more than ever, especially when you live here in a state like Texas. Texas is a pro-life state. Thanks to our elected officials. I know that we have some that are walking amongst us around here somewhere. We're going to pop over here, and we have a few other people that we'd like to meet. So we'll get over here. Xander, show the crowd how we're already starting to spread out. You can see the Knights leading the way. As I mentioned, they are the go-to people in the life movement. And then as you turn around back behind, you can see the crowd is growing and people just start filing in nicely. We're going to step over here. We have some other friends that we're going to look to meet today. And while we're waiting for them, just as I mentioned, the invitation to get to know those examples that are challenging when you stand for life. It's not a very popular thing. Sometimes can be a pretty uncomfortable thing to make a stand for and be a voice for. But you will meet today some of those really complicated questions that we face, and some people that stand. We have Ryan Baumgartner, who is one of our speakers today. Ryan is somebody who was conceived of rape, and he has a very compelling story, and his story of adoption. We have people that are adoption. Hey, Angie, how are you? This is my new friend, Angie. Angie, you're here from Dripping Springs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Angie, you're one of the people I'm talking to our listeners about, just inviting them to get to know the people from the pro-life movement. Sometimes they talk about us crazy pro-lifers like, hey, do we look crazy? We're crazy fun.
Yeah.
Angie, what brings you out today?
Well, I've done this for years, and as I was telling you earlier, I used to be involved in a pregnancy resource center back in Richmond, Texas, and Houston, Texas, and now I am here, and I also lead our pro-life ministry at our church, St. Martin's, and I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Reaching out to the parishes is such an important, parishes and churches, and having a pro-life presence in the churches is really a powerful and way for people to get involved. There's so many new people that want to get involved in the movement, and they're not quite sure how. And that's a great place to start. Your church is someplace that they can get started in. But you are also involved in a pregnancy center, and I am just been serving on the board for several years of a pregnancy center in Dallas, so I know what the work is like.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to hear it from your words. Like, what does it mean to serve a pregnancy center?
Well, my gosh, I went from being a volunteer advocate to executive director to board back in Houston, and then I retired and moved to Wimberley. But God called me back, and this one needed it. We just finished building a new 7,200 square foot facility and getting a mobile unit to help serve our whole area. We're the only pregnancy help center in all of Hays County. And seeing these women that come in and need our help and need to be told the truth, which that's what we do. We are true choice, meaning we tell them the truth about their unborn child. And if they can parent, great. We also have the option of adoption. So we help them to choose life. And we also help women who've gone through abortions to heal with our post-abortive program.
Amen.
So there's so many things that
There's
we do.
so many different ways. I know that you're probably, yes.
We could sit over
We
here and
could
talk
wa-
for
I was
hours.
going to say we could walk all the way to Dallas and talk about it. Angie, thank you so much for your time. All right. Angie brings up such a great point. I know that something that is asked often is the pregnancy centers. Is there still going to be a need? Do we still have a need for these marches now more than ever? Abortion becoming overturned and the decision being sent back to the states again with the blessing of the Human Life Protection Act. Texas experienced the opportunity to immediate abortions coming being abortions stopping here immediately in the state of Texas. But thanks to the pro-life legislation. But what we are experiencing at the pregnancy centers is the help that we need now more than ever. And so that it just doesn't go away. There's still women who are facing an unplanned pregnancy. We are, until we have a culture of life, then that's something that we will continue to have a need for. And that's why we're here at the Capitol, because it's so significant that we instill pro-life legislation that ensures that Texas is not only pro-life now, but that we maintain to be pro-life. Look at these amazing men and women who have come out today, children. We have clergy, we have lay people, we have so many people. Can you just see that even though abortion was pushed back to the states and the overturning of people that are still called to come out and speak and pray and walk and rally. So many wonderful organizations represented. Let's go meet some of these. Excuse me. Hi, I'm Rhonda. I'm here with the Texas Rally for Life host committee, and wanted to just see what brought you guys out today. First of all, what organization are y'all here with?
We're for the Troops of St. George. It's kind of like a Catholic Boy Scouts.
Awesome.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. And is this y'all's first Rally for Life?
It's my first.
It's my first too. So.
Okay, welcome. Now, where are y'all joining us from today?
I'm from Pflugerville.
Pflugerville?
I'm from Leander.
Leander. Okay, wonderful. Well, so how does it feel to be the generation that's responsible to putting an end to Roe?
It feels good.
Feels good?
Yeah.
And how did y'all get involved in the pro-life movement? If I could grab y'all for just a minute over here.
We just kind of always been involved in it in our Catholic church. It's just what we believe in.
Okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And the name of your organization again is?
Troops of St. George.
Troops of St. George. Wonderful. Okay, well, and I'm sure that people can learn more about the Troops of St. George online or through website.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for being
Thank
out
you.
here. All right. God bless. Thank you. So many wonderful opportunities to meet and see new people from the movement. The youth and seeing so many young people is always empowering to know we are moving towards a culture of life. Now, when I mentioned the youth and the young people of this movement, then I think it's an important time to go ahead and maybe kick it off to Thomas, who wonderful video that he's going to
Yes, so here I am in the studio.
show us.
And
Here we are.
I'm going to, before we go, I have a video to share with you. But first, I want to share some of the comments that have come in on YouTube and on Facebook. And do give us a chance. This is your time to have your voice be heard. Why are you pro-life? Linda Hall says, science, the unborn is a human being. Justice, all human beings have human rights. And finally, she says, so I'm pro-life. Well said, Linda. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for tuning in. Also, remember, you can share this stream with your friends on Facebook, or you text a link. If you're on YouTube, copy this link and text it to someone you think should attend, even virtually. And if you're in the Austin area, it's not too late. The march will go until 2 o'clock, and that's when the stage event will happen. And then there's an expo after that. So it's not too late to come and participate yourself with the Rally for Life. Gerald Garcia says, we need to educate young generations about the importance of defending life. Life should be protected since conception. Well said. So with that, I'd like to share with you a video that tells a bit about the history of the pro-life movement.
Good evening. In a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortions. Thus, the anti-abortion laws of 46 states were rendered unconstitutional.
I was born in 1973. In that year, the Supreme Court struck down a Texas law that protected the unborn. This decision makes abortion legal in all 50 states throughout all of pregnancy for any reason. Its name, Roe v. Wade.
In 1974, 20,000 pro-life activists marched on the United States Capitol. This is the first of what will become the annual March for Life.
In 1975, the year I was born, the first human life amendment is introduced into the U.S. Senate. The amendment fails.
In 1976, the Republican Party adopts a pro-life platform. The Democratic Party, not so much.
By 1977, the number of yearly abortions in America passes 1 million.
In 1978, the Chicago Sun-Times runs a series of articles exposing unsanitary conditions, unlicensed personnel, and inadequate anesthesia in abortion facilities.
Abortion safety regulations are overturned by the courts. In 1980, the Supreme Court upholds a federal ban on tax-funded abortions, one of our first national victories.
Pregnant minors can have an abortion without parental notification.
The RU-486 abortion pill is tested on women.
Abortion provider Carol Everett leaves the abortion industry. She later writes the book Blood Money, exposing abortion industry abuses, including botched abortions, which kill and maim mothers.
In 1984, there were 1.5 million abortions, double what they were in 1973.
In 1985, parental notification fails to pass in Texas.
Operation Rescue organizes sit-ins and other acts of civil disobedience around the country. Tens of thousands of pro-life activists are arrested.
In 1987, the number of abortions in America continued to rise.
In 1988, while in the womb, my mother has an abortion that kills my twin sibling. I survive.
1989, no pro-life legislation passes. Again.
In 1990, the year I was born, the number of abortions in America reaches an all-time high.
In 1991, the total number of abortions in the U.S. rises above 26 million. This means more aborted babies than the number of people living in Iowa, Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Tennessee combined.
In 1992, the United States Supreme Court reaffirms Roe v. Wade.
In 1993, the Clinton administration gives $75 million to Planned Parenthood, the largest abortion provider in America.
In 1994, Norma McCorvey, the Jane Roe in Roe v. Wade, converts into a pro-life champion.
1995, Congress passes the partial birth abortion ban.
1996, Clinton vetoes the partial birth abortion ban.
Congress passes and Clinton vetoes the partial birth abortion ban.
Again.
Throughout the 90s, crisis pregnancy centers pop up all over the country, providing women with compassionate alternatives to abortion.
In 1999, Texas legislature passes the Parental Notification Act, the first major pro-life victory in Texas, and we are just getting started.
In 2000, the year I was born, the FDA approves the RU 486 abortion pill.
In 2001, abortions on minor girls decline. Parental involvement rises.
2002, Texas Supreme Court upholds ban on tax-funded abortions.
Congress passes the partial birth abortion ban again. This time, President Bush signs it into law. The pro-life ID starts the first 4 days to life in College Station, Texas.
2005, parental consent passes. Late-term abortions plummet 80%.
In 2007, the U.S. Supreme Court upholds partial birth abortion ban. The Texas Prenatal Protection Act survives a court challenge. Planned Parenthood Director Abby Johnson quits and now stands pro-life. Sonic Lamar.
What will the future hold? Laws that protect women and babies from the horrors of abortion. A culture that values life from conception through natural death.
My generation will end abortion.
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 My generation.
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 My generation. My generation.
My generation will end abortion.
And since we made that video, Roe v. Wade has been overturned, which means now, for the first time in almost 50 years, it's legal to pass laws protecting babies. But just because we can pass those laws doesn't mean those laws have been passed. So we've transitioned from the first era of the pro-life movement, which was just getting the right to let the voters decide whether or not babies should be killed. Now it's time to convince the voters. Every state gets to decide on its own whether or not abortions will be legal. And so that is why we're at the rally. That is why we march for life. And that is why I am so excited that we are joined at the rally, not just by pro-lifers from around the state, but by pro-life elected officials. Here in about 40 minutes, we're going to go to the stage where you're going to hear from people like Governor Greg Abbott, who's been an amazing advocate for life. I think it's fair to say more pro-life bills have been passed under Governor Greg Abbott's governorship than any governor before him. And if not, I think he's given the other pro-life governors a run for their money. He's our 49th governor, and he's long been a defender of the unborn. Governor Abbott has led the fight for Texas and the nation to protect innocent life, improve health and safety standards for women, and promote adoption as a loving alternative to ending life. And he's had the courage to call special legislative sessions specifically on pro-life issues, which I particularly appreciate. So, and in that video that you watched, you heard from Claire Colwell, who survived an abortion. Her twin sibling survived an abortion. You're also going to hear from her. In fact, she's the MC of our rally, so you're going to see her quite a bit on the stage, and we have a bunch of other very exciting speakers for you, one of which is Dr. Joe Poyman, who's the head of the Texas Alliance for Life, and he's going to be giving us an update about the laws in Texas. We've passed some good ones, but there's some more laws that need to get passed. So with that, let's go back to our live stream at the Texas Rally for Life, and we will go to Ronda Mooreland.
Welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed that amazing video. Thank you, Thomas, so much for us a quick break so we could come over here and see the amazing dramatic effect of how powerful it is that so many people came out today for the Texas Rally for Life, and just to see them come up to the steps of our beautiful state capitol right here at the steps and the feet of the Goddess of Liberty that stands atop our beautiful state capitol. And I would like for you to meet my friend Natasha. Natasha, you are with the organization Embrace Life. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about Embrace Life and what your organization is? We're meeting all kinds of wonderful organizations that are out here representing. I know y'all are part of the host committee. Can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Absolutely. Embrace Life is an organization, nonprofit, local here in Austin, and we educate, support, and mobilize Black families by collaborating with other pregnancy resource centers and maternity homes, adoption homes in the community to educate Black families on the resources that are available to them.
I think giving information to the community is so powerful. There's so many wonderful organizations, and the significance in collaborating with one another. There's so many resources. You know, in the pro-life movement, we're often accused of caring about the preborn and whenever the baby's just still in the mother's body. But what they don't understand is how many resources are out there whenever we empower women to choose life, and Embrace Life is an organization like that. Would you like to share with us maybe one of your success stories?
I don't have a personal success story myself, as I do sit on the board. However, I know that other members that are volunteering and working with Embrace, we've seen a lot of success in connecting women to the resources that are available to them. Because we're not a pregnancy resource center, we serve as an educational branch. Getting them connected to the right resources is exactly what's important to us in this moment. And as you stated, it's not just the unborn baby. It's also about empowering the mothers and the fathers to step up and to choose parenthood.
I found that it's we certainly see at a pregnancy center that is near and dear to my heart in Dallas. How many times it's surprising how many women just don't realize that the resources that are available, maybe they feel like they don't have the really skills to talk to their parents. They're afraid that their parents aren't going to accept their situation, the circumstance that they find themselves in. And so, I think that whenever we empower women with information and the resources, that's just a real critical way that we can make a difference in changing this to a culture of life. Now, I have to say, you are a very young, beautiful person, and some kind of the theme for today and a video that Thomas just shared with us as our eye in the sky. So you are pretty young, if you don't mind me asking, how did you get involved in the pro-life movement? There's Jonathan.
I was involved I was actually asked by the CEO and founder of Embrace Life to come on and join the board. And as a Christian and as a woman of faith, I do carry the values of the pro-life community. And so it was an easy ask for me.
Do you feel like people in your generation, like it's been a challenge to say, hey, I'm called to this movement. I'm one of those pro-lifers?
I don't think that it is a challenge. I think that if we hold our Christian values at heart, I don't see it being a challenge. But I can only speak for myself.
Right on, right on. All right. Well, thank you so much, Natasha. We appreciate you, and thanks for being out today. We'll be looking for you after the rally. All right. As you can see, the people are starting to come in to the steps of the Capitol. I see our beautiful board members. Debbie, come on over. Come on. I just met Natasha with Embrace Life. How are you? Well, welcome. Yes.
I'm so excited about today and what we're doing. I can't wait for the rally and our wonderful speakers. But we have a wonderful crowd here today.
I know.
This is
Can
what's
we
awesome.
We're gonna flip around here. I'm gonna
look at that. Look at the people coming in. Oh my goodness! I saw I don't know how many buses of people coming that are going to be here today.
Here's a group here from Abilene. We've seen Houston. I met Dripping Springs. Obviously, several friends here from Dallas today.
Yes.
Now, you live here in Austin.
I actually live in Round Rock, which is a suburb of Austin.
Okay.
So I'm really excited. Every year, Texas does this rally, and especially now, post-Roe. This is awesome. This is the very first one to stand for life. Yes.
Now, Debbie, you are drawn to the movement through your involvement with adoption is a passion of yours.
Certainly, adoption
Would you
is
like to share with us a little bit about your tie to adoption in the
Okay.
pro-life aspect?
Well, being pro-life, we talk about alternatives to abortion. And one of the alternatives to abortion, of course, is adoption. And so therefore, God was calling me and my husband, in essence, of saying, hey, you're talking the talk. Let's see if you can walk the walk. So therefore, we ended up adopting and becoming forever parents to 4 little ones. And I mean little. When we started, we had twins that were 5 months old, 18-month-old, and a 3-year-old. Instant family within 3 months. So we've had them for 6 years. and so
Saint
we're
Debbie
excited
right
about
here.
that.
It's
Oh, my
wonderful.
goodness.
Wonderful.
Only by the grace of God, He gives life and He takes it away. And so therefore, we're saying we can do what we need to do to provide loving families for these children.
Absolutely. Well, Debbie, thank you so much. I know what an important part of the Texas Alliance for Life board you are, and I know that they're probably hollering at you. So thank you so much for taking the time to step in. All right, all right. Well, as the people continue to come in towards the steps, we want to meet another friend here. Heather Gardner is responsible for the diaper drive. Heather, how's that diaper drive going?
It's going really well. We don't have a count yet, but I'm hearing it's more than last year. There was tons of buses and individuals dropping off diapers, and we've got the U-Haul parked over here now, and they're unloading it so we can make a big diaper mountain. So we'll see pretty soon how many we have after we count them.
I can't wait to see the visual. I'm a very visual person, and so I love to see the fruits. I know that people find out that I'm involved with the Texas Rally for Life, and they were sending me text messages at all times saying, hey, we hear about this diaper drive. Now, something that I've always found interesting about the diaper drive, and Natasha, who we met earlier, is oftentimes in the pro-life movement, people kind of accuse us of maybe only caring about the baby whenever the baby's in the mommy's belly, or just pro-birth. Now, the diaper drive is a very visual display about how we continue to care for the women after. Specifically, it's my understanding that when you make the call for this diaper drive, that you ask for all sizes for diapers.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, and larger sizes, because typically the pregnancy centers usually get donations of smaller sizes, and they run out of larger sizes faster. So we definitely try to encourage larger sizes so that we can fill their needs that the pregnancy centers have. When people say you're just pro-birth, you only care about the baby until they're born, I am pro-birth, and I'm happy about that, and I'm pro-life, and I'm pro the mom's life and the baby's life and the daddy's life. I'm pro all lives. And it's honestly a really lazy claim, false claim, because you can literally spend 60 seconds searching on the internet for all these resources across the country that provide free and reduced cost services for families that are in need. So it's just a farce, and it's a lazy cop-out, honestly. And it's sad that they continue to try to show those myths, but it's getting harder and harder for them to make people believe that, just because of all the resources that are out there and that are available.
And Heather, are you still in Waco?
I'm in Austin. I'm here in Austin. So yeah.
All right. Well, Heather, tell us how we can follow your organization. I know that so many people, hopefully we've invited people to get to know this movement through this live stream, and hopefully the people that are consuming this rally via live stream will go out and start find organizations like yours to get involved with. How can they find you and follow your organization?
Absolutely. So if you're in the Central Texas area, around Austin, our website is centraltexascoalition.com, all spelled out, centraltexascoalition.com. So we're the year-round full-time group that does prayer vigils and sidewalk outreach outside of the abortion facilities and referral facilities. So that's where you can get involved. We're also educating in different parts of the community to try to help connect people with these resources. And there's still facilities that are open selling the abortion product, even though they're not legally able to do the abortions on site. They're still trying to sell them, get women to get abortion pills, or go across state lines to get abortions. And so that's what we're there, is to let them know you don't have to do that. And there's these great resources. If you're not in Central Texas, but you want to do something similar, look for a Coalition for Life in your area. And also you can search 40 Days for Life.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Heather. I know you have a lot of more work to do, so we'll be looking for that big mound of diapers soon. Thanks for Heather. Thank you so much, Heather. All right, let's go ahead and span out. Xander, show the world who's watching through Facebook and YouTube that there is a transition. There is a culture of life that is ignited, that is passionate, and that will continue to walk and rally together, stand for life, whether it's popular or unpopular. We don't care. We are here and we are happy to stand for life. Look, there's our Knights friends coming back. Let's see, David Holder is somebody here from Dallas. How was your drive in from Dallas? Did you come in this morning?
I was going 90 and they were passing me.
Oh, we don't say that.
Don't tell anybody.
I know.
It was great. Smooth drive, no problem.
When I need something, we met Angie earlier, who is she was telling us about her involvement in her parish, and I know that David and I go to church together at St. Thomas Aquinas up in Dallas. And David Holder is one of those guys like that I have just always been my go-to. Anytime I need some heavy lifting or something done for the pro-life community, David's my first call. So we appreciate my family values, our friendship, and I'm so happy to run into you here on this rally. It's like
I'm glad I'm here. This is here, but I've done the March for Life in Dallas for 15 years, so this is amazing.
David is very instrumental in the Dallas March for Life, and so he's always kind of one of my like, where's David whenever I get to the Dallas for Life, because sometimes, you know, Casey has been a little like, oh, make sure you're careful out there, and I said, don't worry, I always have one eye. I always know where David Holder is in the crowd.
The Knights of Columbus will protect you.
They do, and they protect the unborn. Thanks so much, David. The Knights of Columbus does so much to raise money, make sure that pregnancy resource centers, you've met so many today, but they actually raise money and donate for the sonogram machines. The sonogram is such a powerful, impactful way that women are empowered toward a life decision. When they see the sonogram and they see the baby's heartbeat, that is such a powerful opportunity for a woman to realize the lie that they've been told about abortion, that it's just a blob of tissues or a clump of cells. When they see that there is life growing inside of them, the heartbeat beating, just like the heartbeats of the men and women that are here today, the excitement, the enthusiasm. I'm like overwhelmed with excitement. Okay, let's go ahead and meet some more people here, because as you can see, I can talk about this all day long. Excuse me, sir. Hi, my name's Ronda Mooreland, and what is your name?
Peter?
Okay, and what brings you out here today?
We're out here for...
Well, Peter, thank you. All right, what group are you with?
So we're with the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod.
Okay, and where is that located?
So we have churches all over every city. We came down here to St. Paul in Austin. We had a little conference this morning, lunch. We're here to remind our politicians that life is very important.
Amen. I mentioned earlier to our listeners that Texas is a pro-life state, but our work is not done. We have to ensure that Texas is a pro-life state. It's going to be a lot of work and important people coming in and doing their civic duty, encouraging officials. There, you take a stand on our issue, the life issue. They can really face attack in their districts. So how do you
All right, so the audio is back. Sorry about that. We are using a brand new setup. So while they get reset up, I just want to reiterate at 2 o'clock, so starting about 20 minutes, we are going to go to the live feed from the stage where you're going to get to hear from Governor Greg Abbott of the state of Texas, Ryan Baumberger with the Radiance Foundation. He was the product of rape, conception from rape. And he is living a good life, and you're going to get to hear his story. You're going to hear from Claire Colwell, whose twin sibling was aborted. You're going to get to hear her as the MC. You're going to hear from Teresa Sadler, who's with the Rafa Clinic, Faith Elwanger, who's with Students for Life, Bishop Joe Vasquez from the Diocese of Austin, and Pastor Rob Koch from Shoreline Church. So with that, let's go back to our live stream, live at the Texas Rally for Life. Rhonda, back to you.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much, Thomas. As you can see, we are just making new friends, meeting some people about this. Hi, how are you? My name's Rhonda, and I was reading your sign. What do we have here?
Catholic Daughters of America. I'm sorry. Catholic Daughters.
All right.
Well, it's an organization, and she would be better.
Pearland, Texas. Well, welcome to Austin.
Hi, thank you. We are here representing the Catholic Daughters of the Americas, and we are a chapter that's in Pearland, Texas, south of Houston.
All right, fantastic. Is this your first year to the Texas Rally for Life?
It is for me, but this is our pros. I've been 5 times. So.
I love your hat. I'm obsessed. Can we get a quick shot of this hat for anybody who's looking at my Christmas list for next year? Oh, there's several. Fantastic. All right. Well, and so did y'all drive in today?
We did. We left at 8 a.m. and drove here, had a great lunch, and charged up, ready to support pro-life movement.
All right. I know we have some amazing speakers that we're about to listen to, so we'll go ahead and start making our way to the steps. Ladies, it was so nice to meet you, and thank you for making the travel in from Pearland today. God bless. Thank you so much. All right. I know that people are starting to fill in, starting to head towards the steps of the Capitol. You can just feel the energy. Even dogs. We even have Dogs for Life over here. Beautiful. So much energy and passion for the movement and excitement. We do have a lot of pro-life legislators here that are representing today. There's so many organizations. We have Students for Life. We have the Students for Life here. Hi, how are you? And what is your name?
I'm David. I'm Sat.
David, and you're with the Students for Life?
Oh, no, I'm just here. I live here in Austin.
Okay, all right.
I've been coming to these Marches for Lives ever since I was a wee baby.
A wee baby. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, it's so wonderful to see so many young people here today. And thank you so much for your continued support and being out here today. If there's anything that you would like to share with our listeners about why you're pro-life, we'd love to hear that.
Well, murder is wrong, and unborn children are humans, and so that's why I'm pro-life. It's literally that simple.
Amen. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you. All right. Okay. Hi. How are you? Cassie, Rhonda, great to see you. Yes. All right, Cassie. Can you please tell us about which organization you're representing today?
Yes, my name is Cassie. I'm representing the JP2 Life Center and VT Clinic in Austin, Texas.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm familiar with the amazing work that you're doing. We try to emulate some things you're doing there in Dallas. And Natasha, we met with another organization, is talking about just how pro-life organizations really reach out and collaborate together, and how powerful we are when we stand together and make a difference for life. Cassie, what brought you to the pro-life movement?
Honestly, the day that I found out what an abortion was, found out about the reality of it, I was just met with such conviction, and I knew there was no way that this could be accepted. And I knew that I had to do my part to change the culture. Changing the law is one thing. Roe v. Wade, the overturn, that's amazing. But now the real work begins. Now we have to show up for moms in need. And that's what we do at the JP2 Life Center and other pregnancy resource centers around Texas. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Cassie, and thanks for being here. And I'm glad I found you. I was looking for you. Yes, good to see you. Great to see you. Okay. Well, we are just feeling the energy throughout the crowd. So much is people are starting to fill in. Everybody's filling out throughout the steps, making their way. So excited to have the governor join us today. Governor Abbott is such a strong advocate for to make a stand for life. Governor Abbott and our other elected officials ensure that Texas remains a pro-life state. And thanks just to his support, then we're able to, excuse me, sir, could I just wanted to And we're here with the Texas Alliance for Life. And can you please tell me what it's like to be a man in a what some say is a women's issue?
I don't believe it's a women's issue. I believe it's an issue for all of us, and that men do have the right to speak into this place. Men are defenders and protectors of life. We are strong, and women need us to speak up, because if we don't, a lot of harm will occur.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I love your hashtag. I'm a hashtag gal, so it means a lot to me. Thank you so much for taking the time. All right. I know that we are excited about meeting all of our speakers today. As I mentioned, we will hear from that person, that exception that you're like, oh, but what about the rape case? And we're going to hear from somebody who was conceived from rape. And it's going to be a real value for you to be able to hear his position firsthand from somebody who his life is valued. We're going to hear from women who have experienced abortion and then called to the pro-life movement, and how impactful that the lie that they were given, and just how they have been embraced by the pro-life movement with love and not judgment. We're here to make a stand for each and every woman, each and every baby, so that we all have the equal right to be born. Again, my name is Ronda Mooreland. I've been so happy to be a part of the march and the rally for you. We're going to be kicking it off in a few minutes to the steps, and I hope that you'll pop back on after we hear from all of our amazing speakers, and join us as we meet some more of the host committee that we've got to meet this morning. I know that for me, this passion is so important. I'm somebody who wouldn't be standing here with you if my birth mother would not have chosen life for me 48 years ago, just 1 year after Roe v. Wade was passed. And she chose love, she chose life for me, and she chose adoption so that I could be, like Debbie mentioned, with my forever family. So we will just continue to span out through, take in the energy from the crowd, feel the excitement, these final few moments before we start and hear from all of our wonderful pro-life speakers today. Headed in to hear from our great pro-life Governor Abbott. We have so many elected officials that will be here today. Wonderful organizations that make a stand for life. Collaborate together, unite together in the unified mission to empower women towards a life decision. We thank you, all of the host committee. Please check out texasrallyforlife.org so you can see all the wonderful pro-life organizations that were made this pro-life rally possible today. It does take good finances to put something like this together, and we appreciate all of the host committee for making that possible. Hi, I got to meet these wonderful ladies earlier. Hi, how are you? Say one more quick hello. All right, Lisa. Boy, it's been a crazy hour and a half since I first met you. We started over at the steps. We've walked through. We've met but I wanted to kick it to you before we get started, before we head over to the steps and hear from our wonderful speakers today. Lisa, can you please tell us about your organization? What's the name of your organization?
It's called Breath of Life Maternity Ministries, and we have different branches underneath. And today we're representing the Sarah's House Maternity Home, and also our adoption agency called Loving Hearts.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Well, we'll probably visit with you again after the speakers, but thank you. It's great to see you again. So important for us to start shifting our energy towards promoting adoption, the loving option. We have so much work ahead of us. Roe did not end the circumstances that we find ourselves in, but it was just the beginning, because now we get to show people that we are not only pro-baby, for preborn, or we're for life from conception to natural death. We'll continue the We'll continue to stand for each and every one of these Texans, the people from all throughout America. We will be here to the very end, not giving up on this issue. We're going to continue to stand for life. We're going to continue to rally for life. We're going to be continuing to be a voice for the unborn, never giving up, trusting in God's plan, that God's plan is greater than any of our plans that we could have ever. Our intentions are never without. We'll continue the fight. We'll continue to speak for the unborn. We'll continue to be a voice for the unborn. And you guys, Texas will remain a pro-life state as long as there's great organizations sticking together, taking a stand for life, supporting elected officials who stand for life, continuing to vote pro-life.
All right, so that is the feed live. This part of the feed is about to end, but don't go away. We'll leave a comment with the link to the next feed that will take you to a professionally filmed version of the live feed on the stage. So don't go away from our live coverage of the Texas Rally for Life. And then when that feed is over, you can come refresh the page. There'll be another feed of the after. So you can visit the expo after the Texas Rally for Life stage element has ended. Don't go away.